Good morning, everybody. Week 2, vlog number 2. So, today's motto is going to be my faults. Not really a motto, but I think before we start any further on this channel, I think we should lay out everything for you. My faults, what I do on a daily basis that I could do better, and what I try to strive to do better. One of those is kind of scheduling things on myself. So, like how my day progresses, right? I need to get a better routine. Last night was a little different. But last night we had an earthquake at like 1:30, 2 o'clock. And we're not used to earthquakes, so when it happened, it kind of was like, whoa, is that an earthquake? My son wakes up and goes, Dad, what was that? And I was like, an earthquake. I've been through one earthquake that I remember of in my whole entire childhood, and I'm 30 years old. This was the second earthquake I ever remember, like being a problem, right? We live in Illinois. We don't get many earthquakes. The closest fault we have is the New Madrid, which is pretty south of us. But for some reason, the epicenter of this earthquake was actually near Springfield, close to that region, which we are kind of south of, to be honest with you, which is weird. I don't know how earthquakes happen. I'm not a geologist or whatever, whoever studies those. I'm not, or a seismologist. I don't know who handles that. Either way, what I've noticed is that with me personally, back on the topic anyway, what I've noticed with me personally is that sometimes I let little things get to me. And that was part of the reason I started making these vlog videos, was to document my progression and becoming just a better person in general. As I discussed in past videos, you know, I want to make a consistent effort to not only better myself for myself, I want to better the person that I put out there for anyone else. You know, I have my issues, such as getting angry at little small things, like a lot of guys do. You know, like if we're working on something, right, and all of a sudden we slip and hit our knuckles against the ground, we don't go whine, we don't go cry. No, we do something that is kind of scary for people that are not dudes. We kind of like, mother, you know, because men aren't supposed to whine. Let's be honest here. I grew up with the aspect of, you're not supposed to whine, you're not supposed to cry, right? I mean, there are still things that get me teared up, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I was brought up to believe that you don't cry. Now, death and that kind of thing, that's completely different. But for the most part, we're not supposed to cry. We're guys. We're not supposed to cry. And I still advocate for that. It's because somebody in the family's got to be the strong one. And I mean, I hear a lot of people say that, you know, crying doesn't make you weak. We need to get back to the time when, you know, crying, it wasn't something that you utilized, right? Guys don't utilize that. And I'm not trying to be, you know, against the curve here. I'm not trying to say guys shouldn't cry or that kind of thing. But I'm not also trying to say that we should be weak about things, right? Like if something happens in our life, we take it on the chin and we move forward, if that makes sense. We have to be able to take it on the chin and move forward. We cannot sit there and dwell on what happens to us, because we've got a family behind us, right? They trust us. And I notice that sometimes I do get emotional about things that I shouldn't. I've even talked about this in the videos, is that one of the concerted efforts that I've had is to make sure that I stop worrying about things I can't control, right? And I still find myself being concerned with things that I can't control, right? I think we all do. I think we all concern ourselves with things that we can't control, we can't change. We just have to keep moving forward. And I even find myself still going back to that and having to tell myself that, literally tell myself that, hey, you are making videos to these people. You have to stand by the values you are trying to teach. Because I'm not just trying to teach you right now, right? I'm trying to teach myself to be a better person. And another one of my weaknesses is if, like, I get a cold, I get sick, my wife can tell you this the best. I turn into a little baby when I'm sick, right? I turn into a little baby, and I think there's a lot of guys that turn into a little baby when they're sick, but it almost feels like, and I think the reason for that is because we are supposed to be the ones that aren't supposed to be taken down by something, and then when something does take us down a notch that we can't control, we kind of go into a freak out mode because we don't know what the hell we're supposed to do at that point, right? But either way, I think we all need to instill that testosterone back in ourselves. You know what I mean? Not mean, not roidy ragey. No, I'm talking about just having some balls. Like you can hear in my voice, right? I don't have a deep voice, and I hate listening. When I do these videos and I go upload them, you don't know how much I hate to hear my voice. Like literally, I feel like my voice is such a horrible voice that I should not be talking to you, right? I just should not be. I should just quit this because my voice sounds so stupid. But at the same time, I'm not giving you a fake me, right? I'm not giving you a fake Jake. This is me. This is how I'm talking to you. This is how I talk to people all day long. All right? I'm not giving you a fake version of me. I'm not deepening my voice to sound like Optimus Prime. Because I can't. It would sound so stupid and so fake. It would be noticeable from miles away. Right? So basically, my faults are this. I get emotional about things that I can't control. Number one. Number two. Sometimes when things bad happen to me, I either go into a shell or worse, I get angry and moody around everybody around me. And that's not fair. That's not fair to anyone, right? That's not fair to anyone. Number three, I don't have a good set schedule yet. This morning, for example, I woke up at 7, but I still had to get my shower. I still had to eat my oatmeal. I still had to do all of that. So, those are a few faults of my own. I need to get better at all these things. These are things that I can control. You can control your emotions, okay? Everybody can control their emotions. But, that's just it. We have to be able to control our own selves. So, today, I kind of went back and forth on a lot of stuff, but the idea is to explain to you that I'm not perfect. But these videos are not always out there to be inspiration or to try and get you amped up about something. Some of these videos are to explain to you that I'm human and to show you my humility. I'm not perfect by any means. I'm not, what some people should look up to. I'm just someone out here trying to show you, a normal person. I don't have millions of dollars. I don't have indispensable funds. I'm just a normal guy. A normal guy from the Midwest that lives a normal life. Or whatever you could consider a normal life, right? I'm not a social media guru. I'm none of that. I'm taking you through a day in the life of someone who doesn't have a lot, but he's trying to make a lot for his family. And showing you the process of doing it and becoming a better person all at the same time. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and have a great day.